Hello, beautiful people. How are you tonight? Tonight I am excited because we're going to get back on really getting you started with the real estate industry. So tonight we're going to start with a couple of questions. So if you are just now tuning in, my name is Tashana Nicole. And we've been going live for the past few weeks now, getting into the nitty gritty of building your real estate portfolio. And so, because I want to make sure you are getting what you need, I want to start in a way that allows for anybody that never has purchased a home or at least want to get started in real estate. This is going to be a live for you. So, as I always say, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. If I'm not able to see them because I am inside of a live studio. So, if you do have anything in the chat, please put it in there and I can come back and respond later if I do not see your response right now. Okay. So if you do have any questions, y'all already know last month we did a whole full Q&A all month. Um, and so if you have any questions of real estate, always message me or put it in the chat so I can be able to answer your questions. So tonight we're just going to talk about getting started in real estate. Let me show this with you. All right, so there, as I said before, there's a lot of individuals that want to get started in real estate. You may want to purchase your first home, your first investment property, or you may be looking to utilize real estate as a way of building your wealth. And we already know history has shown that real estate has been one of the wealth makers for a lot of individuals here in the US, right? Why? Because land is not being created anymore. And real estate not only allows for you to be able to um, get the benefits from taxes, but also from appreciation and from cash flow. So I love real estate personally because it has changed my life. And I hope that it is the same for you. And so that's why I host these lives. I'm hoping that it's making any type of impact for you. Always chime in, DM me if you got any questions. I love to be able to answer them live and or in person. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Before any time you get in real estate, whether you've already purchased a home or not, the first thing I want to do, and I apologize for the dog in the back. One moment. All right. So the first thing I want you to understand is what is the difference between um the individuals that are going to help you when it comes to your loan. Okay. So of course we all know realtors, right? We have loan real estate agents out here. What they do is help you buy or sell your home. That's what they do. Okay. Basic, straightforward. So I'm just read through a mortgage broker or a mortgage loan originator, which is me. We're like the middleman, right? We negotiate what works for the client on their behalf. We are very, well, I am. Let me speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. I am very client oriented, which means I want to understand my client, what they're looking to do, what they're looking to build, and what is their current situation and what are they looking to achieve in the future. So by knowing that, I'm on my part, I'm able to negotiate loan terms, see what works for you on your behalf. And I work with you, the realtor, and the lender. The lender gives you the money to fund it. Okay. So just wanted to clear the air about that. If anybody have any questions about what it looks like in real estate, see, when you understand what each of these individuals can do for you, then you're able to maximize your real estate portfolio. Okay. And that's what we want to be able to do, really maximize that portfolio. So a realtor is going to help you maximize that portfolio because number one, let me tell you what realtors have the ability to be able to do. If you have a good realtor, that realtor will have access to homes, whether they are on the market or not, or even before they hit the market. Why? Because individuals are looking to sell their home. And so if you have a realtor that specializes in investment properties or specialize in making sure they know their market around there, that is a real estate agent you want to hold tight to. Why? Because they have their posts on the market and what's happening, what's selling, for what price, what's a good deal, and they're going to be able to also negotiate those terms for you on your behalf. A mortgage broker or a loan originator like me, I'm the middle woman, okay? I'm the middle woman. So what I help you do is to negotiate those terms to give you the best for your situation. For instance, making sure the closing cost is right, making sure all right, are we in the best program that's going to help you maximize your cash flow or help you maximize what you're looking to do in your equity position, right? So knowing a loan officer or a mortgage broker, a loan originator, is really going to let you know what you can and cannot qualify and what programs are out there that are specifically for investors and or residents. Okay, because when you know that and you have a mortgage broker or a loan originator on your team, and I can only speak for myself. For instance, I partner with different lenders, right? So my goal is to find what works for you in the best program for that. And then you cut that with a realtor that knows the area, that knows, that keeps a pulse on everything and can potentially give you properties that aren't even on the market yet. You are two steps ahead than the next man, because usually what happens is someone would go straight to a realtor, but they haven't been pre-approved. They don't know what programs are available. So this is how you can be able to get the leg up on the next man, because usually they haven't even got pre-approved yet or even talked to a lender, right? So a lender can be your bank, but if you work with a mortgage broker or a loan originator, they work with multiple lenders. Like instance for me, I work with multiple lenders. And so what that does, they're going to find the best program that fits your needs so that they can fund that home or that investment property. Here's the key. When you have all three of these, now you're a triple threat. Why are you a triple threat? Because now not only are you able to get properties that may not be on the market yet, but now you know the best programs. What programs can you qualify for? What can I be able to do now, 6 months from now? What's the strategy? So you got a strategy with your mortgage broker or your loan originator, and then your lender is ready right there to fund your loans. When you have this allows for you to speed up the process in acquiring your properties. And this is key. Whether you are buying your first home or buying investment properties, you want to start building a team. Your team is going to, and you know this when you work with someone, right? So think about it. When you're working with someone and everybody is so good at their job, everything just flows, right? Everybody is doing their thing. Everything just seems to coincide with everybody and it just works. But what happens when you got people, individuals that's on your team and they're not doing their part? Somebody got to pick up the slack, or you're going to be looking at a team member like, hey, what's going on? And so this is why it is imperative to build your team as you are building out your real estate portfolio. All right. So I wanted to really make sure we just like, your team is important. And those three people on your team, or at least having that mortgage originator that has access to different lenders, is really going to benefit your team. So you may be wondering, what are the best loan programs? This is a question I get all the time, whether these are from investors or um, even from first-time home buyers. Why? Because they want to know, what can I really qualify for? I'm a numbers girl. Okay. So once I have the numbers and I have the documentation and the facts, then I'm able to better align you with the best loan program. So, very quickly, we're going to brush over this because I feel like each of these programs deserve their own time. But if you think of it in terms of what it is that you're looking to do, These are the main basic programs, right? So we do have non-QM. I didn't put that on here, but I do have an example of the non-QM, which is the DSCR program, which we talked about last week. But there are programs like FHA that are specifically for individuals that may be in a situation that's not their best situation. That's usually when you're going to go FHA, right? But with these loan programs, you want to look at what situation best fits me. So when you're looking from a residential standpoint and you're looking to stay in that home, well, you're looking to save as much money as you can from the closing costs to what you're paying monthly. And so some of those programs you want to look at is the FHA conventional or VA. If you have a home that's like 650,000 plus, that's where the jumbo comes in, okay? But for the most part, these are the specific loan programs if you're looking to go residential. And so that may be the first part of your strategy when you're building your real estate portfolio. You may say, okay, well, I want to live in this home for at least a year or two before I decide to even rent it out because I may not know this area, or I may want to move somewhere else in the year to come, but I know I want to build a real estate portfolio. Well, then you may go the route where you may first purchase that home with your residential, with your primary, right? And so that way you may want to say, okay, I want to go FHA because I want to be able to put 3.5% down. And there are other programs that do 3%, things like that, right? But you may say, okay, I want to put as least amount as I can down so that I can be able to acquire this home. And then a year or two from now, I'll be able to refinance and then I'm ready to move to my next property. And I want to continue to do that for the next, 6 to 8 years to acquire my real estate portfolio. After that, I'm getting my cash flow coming in. I have equity in these properties. I can refinance them if I want to. I am leveraged the way I need to be. And I'm able to have these properties not only cash flowing, but I now have a portfolio that I can be able to say, hey, I'm getting this stream of income from these properties. So FHA can be your way where each of these properties you may want to stay in, right? And you can be able to use FHA. FHA is only for primary or secondary. You cannot do it with investments. They don't allow that. Even VA, they don't allow you to buy investments with those because they are here to help individuals of purchase homes under affordable housing, right? So those allow for you to do that. But let's talk about build. We're going to continue to look at this from a real estate portfolio, right? So you want to be strategic with the type of program that you start out with. So let's say, for instance, you don't want to pay mortgage insurance. You're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to go conventional because I have the score. I can put 20% down on this property and I want to be able to live in this home, right? So you may go conventional because you don't want to have mortgage insurance. Now, you may say, hey, well, I want to go FHA, but this home needs to be fixed up. I'm not looking to have it as an investment. I want to be in this property. What I love about FHA and this right here, and I want to tell you, my friends, especially if you are building your real estate portfolio, listen to me and listen to me good. FHA has a program that allows for you to be able to not only purchase that home, but also be able to have an allotment to be able to fix up that property. So they'll give you a certain amount that you can take, purchase your property, and be able to do renovations in that property as a primary. So you can be able to utilize this FHA program to be able to not only build more equity in this house almost instantly, because now you have the budget because it's included to fix your home up. And now you stand there for 2 years, and guess what? You may decide, oh, I'm ready to go to live somewhere else. I want to move and get me another primary home. And let's say, for instance, your strategy may be, I'm going to continue to do 203K loans, which is I'm going to continue to purchase at an FHA so I can be able to do renovations to this property. And then a year now, if I decide to stay in it, I can refinance because I done did the renovations in this property. You have that ability to do that. But if you don't have the right people on your team that we just talked about, then you may not know what programs are um really allow for you to get what you need done. I apologize for the dogs. I apologize, y'all. All right. So I also want to touch on here about the commercial, right? Because whenever you're looking to do your real estate portfolio, you may be wanting to purchase properties straight out as investments. Well, we kind of already talked about a few weeks ago, and we'll go all into those programs again. If you guys want to, definitely can do that. Okay. We can just let me know. But with the commercial, is for the specific purpose for business purposes. So just think about it. You have this property you're looking to acquire, right? You're not looking to rent it out. So you wouldn't necessarily use a DSCR loan. Remember, we talked about that, right? You guys, we talked about that. You're not looking to rent it out, but you want to do a fix and flip. Or you just want to borrow some capital, fix this house up, and you want to be able to put it on the market and have affordable housing. Well, go commercial. You can be able to go commercial. Yes, you may have to put a little bit more down because it's not a primary, but now you're putting yourself in a position to where you can fix and flip this home very quickly. You can get a bridge loan very quickly. There's things out there that will allow for you to be able to acquire your house, acquire the property for up to 15 to 90%, 15% down, or up to 10% down. There are programs out there. So don't feel like I have to put 20, 30, 40, 50% down to acquire commercial property. You do not. You can be able to do it for as little as 10 to 15% down, even depending on your credit score. I know you can get a down payment for 15%. Not bad. And you can get the seller to finance that 15%. Okay. So there's ways around that you can be able to utilize unconventional ways that's outside of the pocket, like seller financing, and then combine that with a loan. And the whole purpose of the loan is so that you can leverage your money. You want to be able to leverage your money. When you're able to leverage your money, you have more that you're able to spend on different things, right? So I think we talked about that last week where I said if I had $100,000, I'm going to buy multiple properties with that $100,000 versus one property, right? So you got to think when you're building your real estate portfolio, what do you want included in there? And what are some ways that right now, hey, it may not make sense to get investment, but you may want to start residential or go straight commercial. But you got to understand starting right now, not only do you want your team, but understanding the programs that's available is going to benefit you so much. All right. All right. So, where do first time home buyers start? If you already purchased a home, trust me, you still want to stay on. Okay. The reason why you want to stay on, because I want you to understand this. When you are a first time home buyer or you've been out of the real estate game for a very long time and you're looking to acquire properties, right? There are so many programs that have come up probably since the last time you purchased your property or looking to purchase a property. So as I talked about earlier, we got the 203K program, the fix where you can fix your property up. We also have programs out here, and this is just in general, right? Which is the Home Ready and Home Possible program. These programs are designed to help individuals be able to purchase their property, which we've been talking about, which is affordable housing. There are programs out here that they are doing their best because they see in the market what's happening is that There's more people that want to purchase homes than that are available. Do you see why I'm pressing about this real estate portfolio? I'm going to say that again. There are more people needing homes and looking to buy than there are available. So, as a real estate developer, as a real estate professional, as a real estate investor, think about that. And I'm going to give you some numbers so that you'll know. At the time of the reading, right, of me reading this statistic, there was 8 million homes, a deficit of 8 million homes needed for individuals to be able to live in. Because during that time, 7 million homes were created, households were created. So, if you think about it, if you're looking to build your portfolio, whether that's fix and flips, and because you love the cash flow that comes in from those fix and flips, or whether that is renting out, there's individuals out here that need homes that are not affordable. Think about the rental rates. If you're renting right now, it feels crazy, doesn't it? You like, man, I can probably buy a house with this amount of money that I pay for rent. Yes, you can. For instance, I saved a client that we just closed. Not gonna tell you the person name. They didn't give me, any say so, but we saved them about $300 a month, over $300 actually a month, for them going from renting to owning. $300 a month. That right there can pay down a bill. That extra $300 a month is cash flow that's coming back to you. So just think about it. If you're renting right now, or if you living in a home and you like, you know what? I want to rent this home out. I want to pay some debt off. I want to be able to have some money in my pocket, but I want to get another investment property, or I want to get an investment property. You can utilize your real estate that you have right now to be able to do that. Because what's happening, as I said, there's a deficit in the market. So if you're positioning yourself as that real estate individual that's going to provide for individuals to be able to have somewhere to live, now you're helping yourself be able to not only receive cash flow, but you're also helping a family out, and you're able to have a property that's appreciating over time. So now is the time. So as a first time buyer, where you want to start with yourself, making the decision. If I buy this house, am I willing to live in it? Right? What does this look like from a rental standpoint versus living in this home? If you're a first time buyer, you got to look at, okay, if I go right into investing, what would be the best option for me right now in my circumstance? You got to make that decision, because when you start thinking as a real estate investor, or you're thinking in terms of real estate, then you really want to drill in on where you are now and what is going to work best for you. Is it going straight into commercial, or strictly staying with residential? So long um so just to summarize that, where do you start as a first time home buyer? Get qualified, see what programs you can qualify for. You can talk to me, or your own loan originator if you have one. But you want to start there, because you want to have a pre-approval before you even go start looking at homes, because you need to know your situation first. All right. Okay. And where do investors start? So if you are an investor, for you, my friend, if you want to start as an investor, the first thing I would say is, what you pull as your credit score don't necessarily mean it's going to be the credit score that we pull as an originator, right? But you can be able to first start looking at properties. You want to assess your area, and then, of course, talk to a mortgage broker or a loan originator so that you can see where you stand, because certain credit scores is only going to allow for you to get certain programs, but also as an investor, it's only so much you can borrow. Like I said, you can get up to 15%, but I hate to tell you, the worse your credit score is, The more risky you look and the less willing the lender is willing to give you on that property, right? So, like a hard money lender, they may go up to 65% because they're not asking for much docs. So you have to have enough liquidity so that they can be able to say, okay, I'm not taking all the risks. We 50-50 in this deal. So if anything happened, I can get this property and I'm not all in on this property. And so that's one of the things that you got to look at, especially if you're looking to be a real estate investor. What is your capital, right? We talked about this. What is your capital? Where does that stand? Do you have the capital? Do you have access to capital? Do you have people that have access to the capital? Right? And then credit score. What is your credit score looking at? If your primary, as I told you before, got programs as low as 500 credit score, so you can't say credit score is where you're held up at. On the commercial side, yes, you do need to be in the mid sixes whenever you're applying, but that doesn't mean that you're discounted. So you want to check your credit. Know what the area that you're investing in as an investor, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to add real estate to your portfolio that's going to allow for it to be a tax benefit, cash flow, and appreciation. Okay. You want to have those things because you want to be able to leverage these properties as you're growing your real estate portfolio. And so, as an investor, it's a little more just making sure ducks are in a row in terms of that. But being a real estate professional and building your portfolio is definitely the way to go, especially if you want to put yourself in position to where you can take advantage of those tax benefits, of the cash flow, and everything. All right. So, if you have any questions, as I said before, please, please, please do not hesitate to include those questions so I will know them. I would love to be able to answer those. What I will start doing is going back through some of the questions and just creating some quick 1 minute responses so you can have it. You can be able to go back and listen to it, save it, share it. I want to be able to do that for y'all. And so, what I want to do for August is what you'll start seeing on our YouTube page, which is at Pumps and Profit, right? Let me see. Let me put it in here. YouTube. Y'all go like and subscribe. What I am going to do, let me drop my link here. Because what I'm gonna start doing actually on the YouTube page is you're gonna see it broken down into different videos because I only go live once a week. So I want to make sure that this is the link. It's in the channel. You can also go to YouTube at, make sure I got this right. You can also go here. Let me show this one. YouTube at Pumps and Profit. It may be a capital P. I think so. But yeah, type that in and then you can be able to see the series. It's going to be a whole series on here about I think I wrote it wrong, y'all. Hold on, let me make sure. At Pumps and Profit. I think it's a capital P. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the right link. Put correct link here. My apologies. So, what is going to happen on the YouTube series? I'm excited about it. On the YouTube series, I'm going to start breaking down the real estate portfolio, how to get started, and the different things. So, it'll be its own series on YouTube. Please go and subscribe. I would love to be able to continue talking with you on there. If you're joining me from any other platform, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for rocking with me. And we're going to continue to do the lives, but it's so much that has to be covered with building a real estate portfolio that I want us to be on here doing actual work, right? So I want us to actively be creating our real estate portfolio. moving forward so that we can start, making some things happen. When they say when is the time right to purchase, anytime is the right time as long as you are ready. And that's what I want to make sure that when that you are in position, so when it do come a time where you are ready to purchase that investment property or that primary, honey, you ready to go. All right, so that's what I'm looking to do on our lives moving forward. I want us to be interacting. I want us to be writing. I want us to be, putting things in action, and being more, active versus you sitting and listening. All right. I want us to doing something. We got to be doing something. And so on the YouTube, you'll be able to get more of the knowledge. It's going to be a free series. Okay. Free series, almost like a class. You can go on there. It's going to be free. And we're going to start doing lives to where we are really breaking things down and we're getting to the numbers, because I believe that once you know what you can do and you can maximize it, you can do so many things. So many things, right? But first, we got to see what we can be able to do right now in order to benefit ourselves now and in the future. And so we got to understand what that looks like and what we need in place. All right. So go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications on YouTube so that you can be able to follow not only this series. I'm going to make sure I link it as well. If you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, there will be a link. But join me. I'm telling y'all, we are not going into 2024. Okay. I'm saying this, it don't matter. You're not going to know another. I'm saying grammar all wrong. No, another damn year. We're not going into another year and you have not done the things that you want to do. And I know I'm speaking about real estate, but I do not want you to move forward and you have not done the things that you want to do. That is one of the things that will eat you alive, because when imposter syndrome sets in, or doubt or worry, it usually comes in because of inaction or indecisiveness. When you decide that this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on it, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to stay focused, right? You're going to stay focused, which means you're going to stay on that course until successful. You stay focused on it, my friend. I promise you, you're going to have your real estate portfolio. You're going to have your investment properties, and you're going to look up and you're going to be like, oh, wow, I had more than I had a year ago, or 90 days ago, or 6 months ago. That's what I want to start doing on these lives. So when we go live, get your papers out, get your pencils out, have your documents out, because we are going to be putting action. And so if you want to catch the portfolio, the background and all of that, the teaching, that's going to be hosted on the YouTube series channel. Okay. But we're going to start putting some paper, some pen, some paper, some numbers, and start getting you your first property, whether that is your first home or your first investment property. Okay. I love you. And I love you enough to tell you we're not going into another year like this. We're not. So if you got any questions for me, I would love to be able to include it in our YouTube series. And this is going to be multiple. It's going to be like Netflix style in this YouTube series. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, I want to make sure you have the information. These are things I tell clients all the time. And so why would I keep it and share it with one when I can share it with all of you? And that is my goal, my friend. So if you have any questions, of course, always leave a chat, leave a message here on the video. If you're watching, hashtag replay, love you. Or you can be able to private message me your questions. And if you want to be able to set up a discovery session, of course, just DM me. I'd love to speak with you further. All right, my friend. So if you're catching this at the end, go ahead, rewind, watch this again, because we're breaking down what you need for your team. These are very important things that you're going to need whenever you're looking to build your real estate portfolio. And until next time, make sure you slay every day with style. All right, beautiful boss. Bye.